Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So I have decided to open I suppose it's like a shop on Shopify. Is that what it's called? I want to sell some of my creations and things that I make, but I've decided against using Etsy just because I keep hearing bad things about them. Yes, you get the footfall on Etsy, and with Shopify I will need to do more promoting myself, but it's like for the first 3 months you pay £1 a month, so I thought I'd give it a go. So I've set it up, well, I haven't set it up, I've opened an account, but I haven't actually sort of set it all up yet. Hopefully by the time this video goes out it will be set up. So this is just a video taking you along on my journey of preparing the stuff to sell, because that's why I set it up, because I thought, I keep meaning to, oh, yeah, I'm going to do it. I thought, well, if I just do it, then I need to make some stuff to sell. So it has been quite difficult trying to work out. My brain goes off in all these different ways, like, oh yeah, I can do that, 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 I can do that. And then I end up getting all so overwhelmed that I don't do anything. So it's like, right, okay, I've wrote a list of what I'm going to make. So what I'm doing is just making a couple of bits in each colour, just so I can photograph it and I can put it on. And then, because at the moment the things that I've got, they don't take too long to make, I can make them like on demand, if you see what I mean. If I say that I've got 5 available, just in case, you know, I sell all 5 in one go, I can make them within a day, or probably within a day if I just concentrate on that and don't try doing a million other things. So I've got a few bits made up at the moment, so I'll show you them, and then hopefully as this video goes on there'll be more and more things. So at the moment all I've got is I've got these jester hats. I'm not going to put it on because hats do not suit me, but my daughter has put it on and it suits her, because all hats suit her. So I've got one in lilac and black. I really like the colour with the black. And then I've made 2 in this colour. I've made one that is my daughter's, and that we will get photos in, and then this one hasn't been worn and it's to sell. And then I've got the sort of pink and black, and then this one isn't finished yet, but this is grey and purple. This one's come up slightly bigger, and I think it's maybe because the grey is a different brand, although it's the same weight. I don't know if it's a little bit thicker. So I've just got to put the tassels on the top and sew in the ends. So that's 3 different ones of them, and then what I will do is do some different colours as well, but I just wanted to get some done so that I can get photos to put them on. And then this is a new thing. I've literally just finished this. So these are like bandanas. They're not like bandanas, they are bandanas. So I've made this one in this beautiful like buttercup yellow. So it needs to be blocked and the ends need sewing in, obviously. And then I've just started one in, right, hang on, the yarn has just decided to leap across the floor, but I've started one in this sage green, so that's as far as I've got so far. And then I have got this midnight as well, so they're in cotton. So although I've got the jester hats, obviously we are going into the summer, but I thought they'd be quite good still for festivals, and we know that in the UK it's not going to be hot all through the summer. So there will still be chilly times that you might want a jester hat. Bandanas obviously would be better for the summer. And then I've got some other bits that I've made that I used to sell before. So they're like wall hangings. So I'll show you them. In fact, let me go and get one now. Right, I actually found more stuff than what I realised. And it's already made, so I might as well list it, because as I say, it's there, it's sitting there. These are from when I used to, shortly after shortly after lockdown, I think. I was making a lot of stuff through lockdown because obviously I didn't have a lot else to do. And then once things started opening up, I did some craft fairs and things, and sold. I did open a folksy shop, but then I got a job and that was it really. That took up all my time. So what I do have are these scrubbies. Now I love these, I use these and they wash so well. I use a cleansing balm because I like a balm. As you get a bit older, your skin tends to like the oilness a little bit more, and then you just use these to remove it. So they work fantastic. So I've just got them in packs of 4. So there's them like bright colours and then just these lilac and grey. So they are in a cotton yarn. Now again, if you can get your minds back to COVID where everything was all rainbows and stuff and support the NHS, there were a lot of these rainbows being made, and I made them in lots of different colours. I did make them in normal rainbow colours. They tended to sell a bit better. These have been sitting in a box, so they're a bit curly. You can straighten them with straighteners, not too hard and not too hot. But yes, I've got these ones. So I will list these because, as I say, they're sitting here. Not sure how well they'll do, but doesn't matter, does it? You know, I'll list them. I like this one, these colours. So yeah, so I've got them, and there are some more in the box as well, but I thought there was no point getting them all out. I also have these little tall donut key rings. So I do want to change the rings so that they're like clippy ones. But yeah, I've got a few of them. Oh, another one of these. And then these are the wall hangings. So they're dream catchers. They've got the prices at. So I've got a grey. That's only got a small hangy bit because I think I ran out of the grey. So I've got a grey, a sort of turquoisey one. You see where this goes for longer. Then I've got like a brighter green, and I've got another grey. So I've got a few of them. So yeah, they're like Dreamcatcher wall hangings. So I'm going to list them as well. And that's what I've got. So actually I have got a few things to list if I'm using these. What I've got to try and find is some other things that are a little bit more modern, things that don't take me forever to make. So I probably won't list regularly. I might do things like blankets because they take a long time. I just don't find that it's worth. You can't charge what the time it takes, if that makes sense. You probably won't find any plushes on there. You might find little ones that are being made into key rings. I've been watching American videos, so I keep calling them keychains. Because although plushes, they do amazing in America. I've just been watching a load of YouTube videos where, you know, they're market videos, and they make loads of these plushies and they sell loads of them. The thing is, in the UK, is that everything has to be tested. So I believe, and I could be wrong here, in America you don't have to test. You can make the toys and you can sell them. In the UK, if you're selling it as a toy, or anything that looks like or could be used as a toy, has to be tested. And that costs money to test it, because you have to pay to have it tested, but you also have to make the item and then damage it. So it's the cost for that. And I'm sure long term it is worth it. It's just not something I'm interested in at the moment, and I probably will regret that. I probably should jump on the bandwagon, but I thought what I'll do is I'll make small ones and then put them on a keyring. My daughter loves, I mean, if you could see all the little key things that she's got hanging off her back, like bag charm type things, and they're quite big things she has hanging off of there. So I thought, well, there obviously is a, not necessarily demand, but there are people that like that kind of thing, big sort of chunky keyrings. So I'm going to be doing some of them, and then obviously as the seasons change, the things that I make will change. So obviously in the winter there'll be more hats and scarves and Christmas items and Halloween items, but I do want to make some more wall hangings as well. I bought a pattern before, but I bought the one that was just a Halloween one, and it's I don't think I've got it over here, but it's only about this big, and it's a checkered thing, and then like an applique thing on there. And it's got like a ghost, but she does do loads of different ones with strawberries, flowers, blah 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 blah. So I think they're kind of cute as well. So I'm going to try making some things like that. So yeah, I just want to make a few more bits, then I'll start listing them, and then because I need to get some photos, I'll just add some more stuff. Then I don't have to have everything that I want to list ready. I just have to have some things. The jester hats I'm hoping might do quite well, because my daughter wore one on one of her lives the other day, and she has quite a big following on TikTok and Instagram, and people were quite interested in the hat and where she got it from. And there's been another hat that I've made before, like the cat hats that are quite easy to make. People have asked where she got it from, so I'm hoping that they might sell a few. I don't, you know, I can't sell hundreds because I can't make hundreds. I physically can't make them that quick. But you know, if I can sell a few, I'd be over the moon. So I'm gonna crack on with a little bit more making. Next time I come on and update you, hopefully I'll have some more of the same things here, but in different colours, and also some different items as well. So a little update on what I've been making. My hair is a mess because I just walked round to the pharmacy and it's very windy today. So I've been making these little dream catchers. I'm going to straighten that because that bothers me. But yeah, so I've made a few of these. And then what I've done is I've done this like longer bit here. So for example, if this is your bag handle, then you can put it round, thread it through so that it sits like that. See how it hangs. Yeah, so I've made 4 of them. I've actually made 5, but one was like a test, and this bit isn't as long on it. So I've got 4 in that colour, and what I did is I found it easier just to do, they're double-sided, so there's 2 circles per one, so that's 2, 4, 6, that's 8 circles. And what I did is I did all the middle ones, then I added all the yellow bit, then I added all the green bit, and I just found it easier to do it like that rather than doing one whole one and then one whole one. So that's them ones, and then I'm just having to play with some other colours. Now I'm not very good at picking colours. I tend to go very straight, so I'm not sure, but I suppose, you know, people like different things, don't they? So I think it's because blue isn't really my colour, if you like, and I'm trying to go with the yarn I've already got. I've got loads and loads and loads of yarn, but it's never what you want, is it? It's never the right colour, the right, you know, whether it's cotton or acrylic, it's never the right weight. So I'm trying to go with what I've got. So yeah, I've got loads of Aran cotton, but this is made with DK. So yeah, I mean, I could try it with Aran, I suppose. I just think that it'd be thicker, won't it? So anyway, yes, I'm going to get on, make a few more. What I might do, so I've got to do the outer bit of that, and then I was going to use a grey on the outside, and then the hoop. What I might do is just swap these two colours round, so the light one is in between, and have one of these two colours in the middle. So yeah, just making them at the moment. I have got some other things to show you that I have been making, but I'm going to film that. I'm going to add that on another time. So yeah, I just thought I'd add that on while I'm sitting out in the conservatory. I've been sitting in there every day actually, because it's quite nice. The light is better in here. The house is quite dark, and it's been quite nice because it's been absolutely chucking it down with rain, but I've been sitting here listening to it, and I can look out and look at the birds and stuff. So it's quite nice. So that's my little update. Hello and welcome back to another update. So I have made more bandanas. So I've made hot pink, a sage green, I love that colour, a cream. These are folded in half, by the way. They look like that, don't they? Like this dusty blue. I think I showed you the yellow one at the beginning of the video. And then this forest green. I've also made, I mentioned cat hats at the beginning, and what I will try and do is add a picture in here of the cat hats. So because they don't look like cat hats, they are just literally like that. It's only when you put them on do the sort of ears pop a little bit. So I'll, as I said, add a picture. I've got them colours, this grey and cream, and then a grey and burgundy. So I've got a few of them, and then I've also got what's the other thing I was going to show? Oh, I've got some bookmarks that I've been making. So these are just sort of like a granny rectangle. These have been blocked as well. So I've got these in different colours, some different colours. So that one's come up for some reason. I wasn't concentrating, and that one's come up smaller. So that one's just mine. It hasn't come up smaller. I did one less stitch or something. So they're sort of similar colours but slightly different order. That's the same. And then I've just got a blue one. And I've been using one as well. And then I have got another one. Obviously like that colourway because I've done that in a lot of them. So then I've got, so these, right, it just came up with low battery, so I don't know if they're cut out then or not. Hopefully you saw the bookmarks. But then I've got these, so these sort of granny squares, and then what they've got is these little loops on the top, and then I've cut out, it's downstairs because I cut it out on the ironing board and ironed it. I've cut out a lining to sew in, and I want to do it on the machine because it's quicker, but I'm scared in case I ruin it, so I need to just do it. But then the idea is you put the lining in, and then this folds up. See if I can do this. That folds up, and then you sort of sew along that bit, sew along that bit, and then this bit has a button there. It will have, it has to be a small button because I've realised that the little loop is very small. And then it's like a little coin purse, and then I can add on a key ring. I don't have a coin purse or cards or something because coins will fall out. So yeah, I've made a few of them. I just, as I say, I just think it'd be nicer with the lining. I mean, I don't have to do the lining because they're not going to be an expensive item because they're only small. So maybe I'll do it without the lining. We'll see. I'll have a practice and see how it goes. And if it's really rubbish, then I won't bother. And then I've been making some hearts. Now I've got a whole heap of these, and I've sewn the ends in on these. Oh, I just dropped them all on the floor. So I'm using, where's the yarn gone? This yarn I think I got from like Aldi years ago. So it's changes colour. What's that called? Variegated, is it? So the colours of the hearts are changing. Now I did these ones, it's a DK yarn. I did these ones with a 3.25mm hook, but I think they're a little bit small. So I've started to make ones with a 4mm hook, so they're just a little bit bigger. Now the idea of these is that they're like a pocket hug. So you put them on a bit of card, and then it has a nice little bit of writing. I can't remember exactly what it is, but something about, you know, when I'm not here, hold this near, or something like that. So that's what they're for. The small ones won't be wasted. My mum does junk journaling, so they can be used in that, or I might put them on like a little gift tag. So then, yeah, they're like a gift tag. Or I could use them on cards, or, you know, they'll get used. So I've made some of the bigger ones, not that they're that big, but they're so quick and easy to make. They're quite handy just to sit in front of the telly, bob, 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 done. And then I'll just sew all the ends in at the same time, because I find it easier to do it that way. That's my update. I have started loading up some stuff onto the Shopify shop. I put it off for far too long because it petrified me, but I have started doing it. So hopefully you will be able to see the shop soon. It's only going to have a few things on there, and then I'll add the other things as I go, once I've learned how the shop actually works. So I want my boyfriend to do like a test purchase, because I want to see what it's like as a buyer, and just see what it looks like. Make sure it looks right, because I can look at what it looks like, but I would just want to do it as if you're buying something. So yeah, I might be able to link the shop down below, but it will say coming soon or something, because I sent the link to my daughter the other day, and it just said coming soon, which is fine. That's what I want, but I don't know how to make it so that it isn't coming soon and it is there, because it says they're active on there, so I don't know. But yeah, please check out the shop when you can. Please subscribe. I'm going to be doing more videos about things that I make for selling, and having a go at some sewing stuff, which I've not sewn for a long time, so that'll be interesting. And I have applied to a couple of makers markets, which is scary. So, you know, I'll show what I make for them. I'll do some videos of the market as well, and what sells well and what doesn't. You know, it's a learning curve for me as well. So don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.